Welcome back to Kicking It With Cause, episode 52. It is now that time of year where I will become absolutely insufferable for the next 90 days. We got so many we got back-to-back holidays. It's lit. It's electric. It's electric. It's electric. I got a new tattoo. What does it mean? We go, Anthony, what's the meaning behind it? It means I get more pussy than you, Todd. That's what it means. Fuck with a bitch. Fuck with a bitch. Means I get more pussy than you, Todd. We got the Halloween decorations up. We got bats back here. Some of you don't like to celebrate Halloween. Some of you ignore Halloween. You throw it to the side of the curb and it's disrespectful. Okay? It's disrespectful that you just throw this holiday away and you ignore it and you go, I'm just waiting for November and December. Fuck you. You're the reason society is burning to the ground. And by the way, you act like you don't celebrate Halloween, but the cobwebs inside of your pussy beg to disagree. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah, dude. Eat a bag of dicks, you lazy bum. You piece of shit cum guzzling whore. I have something very important and dear to my heart that I want to talk about. That was really aggressive out of the gates. We got to roll it back a little bit. We got to pull it back. We got to pull back the reins. We got to pull back the reins and we got to relax. First of all, if you were here from last year, Steve's back. Who's Steve? He's a 3-foot tall skeleton that coincidentally a lot of you are like, you bought him off of Amazon. I have the same one. No, you're wrong. You're hearing things. You're insane. You're stupid. We don't have the same one off Amazon. God himself sent me this skeleton. Steve, he was born twice. First, he served. He was in the war and he fought for the South in the Civil War. That was strike one for Steve. Strike two for Steve. He fought with the Germans in World War II. God was not happy about that. Now, his punishment, instead of sending him to hell, God sent him somewhere worse, which is to be the co-host of a TikToker's podcast. And I think Steve would happily agree that this is definitely worse than hell. Every day, Steve is like, can you just send me to the devil? It'll be better than this hellhole. Steve goes, please send me to Lucifer because it's better there. I'd rather burn than listen to your jokes. Dude, Steve's a bitch, man. Steve's a bitch, man. Dude, does anybody else listen? There's actually something near and dear to my heart I need to talk about. Does anybody else feel like like I don't know if this is just because I do like creative stuff and like it's kind of like a creative thing or whatever, and like this is just like how creatives feel, right? Because I'm such a creative, right? I'm basically to be able to come here and make dick jokes every week. I'm the Picasso of our generation, but we'll talk about that later because my dick jokes are equivalent to the Mona Lisa, but it's not. It's essentially the same thing. The Mona Lisa and my jokes have the same thing in common. They're both greatness. That's the truth. No, but seriously though, I have a genuine question for you guys. And if you watch on YouTube, I actually want this answered. Are you ever like just like content with like what you do? Like whether that's in school or like whatever you do in life, like whatever your job is, or like if you're in school, like if you have like a paper, like an essay or like something that you like enjoy doing, whatever it is, could be a hobby. It literally doesn't matter at all. But when you do this thing that you like or whatever, or you don't like, whatever you're doing in life, when you do this thing, are you ever just like content with it? Because like I either have a severe imposter syndrome and I'm like, I'm worthless. I'm a piece of shit. I should quit. I should throw all my podcasting equipment away. Or I have a severe God complex and it switches every single day. And I can never, like, a lot of people look at Kanye and they're like, he's crazy. I'm like, no, he gets me. Like, that makes sense. Like, I personally am not able to just be content with I'm going to be honest with you, I've never finished a podcast episode and been like, oh, that's solid. I'm either like, this is the worst thing ever created. I should quit comedy. Or I'm like, this is the best podcast episode anybody's ever made. They should be giving me a Netflix special. Why is Netflix not emailing me right now and offering me $1 billion? Like, there's no in between. I either think I'm God or I literally shouldn't be alive. There's no in between. And it's starting to become a little bit exhausting. And I sincerely can't take it anymore. The highs and lows of what's been happening is just a little bit too much. It just doesn't sit right with me. It makes every day like a living hell, because some days I wake up and I think I'm literally the GOAT. And then other days I wake up and I wish I didn't. You know what I'm like? That's the truth. That's the truth. And I feel like a lot of people don't like to talk about this, but it's sincerely how I feel. And that's why sometimes I think about, like, in the future, like, I want to do, like, you know, stand up on stage and stuff, but I need to get past this fucking mental block that I have where I either think I'm the greatest of all time or I think I'm nothing. But, you know, nonetheless. Anyways, Halloween, I'm excited. I just ran my first ever half marathon over the weekend. I ran it in about an hour 34 was my time for 12.6 miles because unfortunately, whoever set up the Chicago half marathon decided that how the distance of the race was not that much of an importance to them and could honestly just be brushed past. And they apparently measured wrong. And it was only 12.6 miles and not an entire half marathon, because that clearly wasn't the most. It was clearly more important to make sure that they had pizza and Gatorade at the end of the race rather than making sure that it was the full amount of a half marathon. So I can't even really tell people that I ran a half marathon, but I'm still going to. So anyways, if you're wondering what my official time was, I probably would have ended up finishing the half marathon around an hour 37, hour 38, if you're wondering. Anyways, yeah. But one thing about the half marathon, that while I was running it, mid-race, there was this lady. I talked about this on TikTok, but I want to get into it here more. I'm running the race, right? And on mile 11, I see a sign out of the corner of my eye. And I catch a glimpse of it for a second, and I go, what is that? And it says, on the sign, this lady wrote, "Looks like you're only half crazy." The amount of rage, first of all, I went from running a 7:30 mile to a 5-minute pace. The amount of rage inside of me just threw me forward. And I became so pissed off because the fact that this lady would even muster the words, would even consider for a second that I was mentally stable, is actually disrespectful to me and to my people. Okay, who's your people? The mentally insane. They are my people. Okay, so to even be disrespected like that, does she not know? Does she not know who I am? I almost grabbed this lady by her throat and started shaking her. And was like, do you know how much Xanax I've taken in my life? I'm not well. And for you to just take away that personality trait from me is preposterous. For you to just say that I'm half crazy? I'm half insane? I don't think somebody half insane would end up in a hospital in the middle of fucking bumblefuck Alabama because they've been having panic attacks for 7 hours straight. Would somebody half insane do that, Claire? Would somebody half insane do that, Patrice? Would they? I think you gotta be pretty fucking nuts to do that shit, dude. I think you gotta be pretty fucking crazy. Would a half insane person drive to Wisconsin because... Would a half insane person drive to Wisconsin because they had too many emails to respond to? Would somebody half insane drive 3 hours to a different state because they had more than 9 emails? Would they? I don't know. I wouldn't know. Would they, Steve? Would they? Would somebody half insane talk to an imaginary skeleton and pretend that they're real for 4 weeks out of the year? I don't know. Would they? I don't know. I don't know. Would they? Maybe. Oh my God. My fucking mic fell off the wall. Fuck. Hold on. Shit. My mic fell off the wall. Hold on. I'm trying to reattach this. Holy fucking shit, dude. That thing flew off the wall. Oh my God. Holy shit. I'm sorry. Where were we? Fuck! God fucking damn it, man. You can't just stay on the wall. I'm gonna hold it like this for the entirety of the rest of the episode. I don't even give a fuck. I don't care. I'm gonna hold it like this. I'm gonna hold this entire fucking rod in front of my... Oh, this is actually this is weirdly perfect. This actually weirdly works. I mean, like, it's a little much. I feel like I'm holding an entire fucking contraption in front of my face because I am, but You know what? This actually works. Steve, this actually works. Steve, what was I talking about? I'm terribly sorry that I just wasted your time. I'm going to have to cut all that out because my tripod, oh my God, dude. I think I put a hole in the drywall. This thing just flew right off the wall, clearly, dude. The demons just flew it straight off the damn wall here, man. I don't know what happened. Anyways, oh yeah, I was talking about that bitch of a lady who said that I wasn't clinically insane. Clearly, she didn't know the amount of meds I was on for 2 months. Does she know that I had to take a break from my podcast for 2 months because telling jokes was too exhausting for my mental state? Dude, that was the pussiest shit I've ever done in my life. Sincerely, though. And I know it's like mental health, whatever, man, dude. I literally had to take a break from fucking telling jokes because it was too much. That's the whitest shit ever, man. That is the whitest shit ever. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like fighting this entire fucking... This arm, first of all, fell off the fucking wall. I'm like fighting this thing right now. No, I think we're good. All right, I'm just gonna hold it like this. Dude, that's the whitest shit ever, though, for real. That is the whitest fucking shit ever. Speaking of white shit, wanna know what's really white, dude? Going to haunted houses. Watching horror movies this entire time of year. That's some fucking white shit, bro. That's some fucking white fucking shit, dude. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I ran my first half marathon. Now I'm maybe gonna like run a full marathon, which is cool. Sorry, I'm moving on. I can't talk about this marathon anymore because it's pissing me off that this fucking mic flew off the damn wall. Literally flew off the wall while I was just sitting here. Yeah, but we got the studio, aka my bedroom, looking absolutely spanking, looking absolutely fantastic. We have bats in the background here. I was gonna buy those spider web like cobwebs thing, but I have a little PTSD from the last time I put spider webs. We used to put them on our bushes every year for Halloween when I was a young little whippersnap. But then one year I got a little excited and then I got caught in the spider webs and I almost fucking choked myself out. And I was rolling around the front lawn for like 3 hours, and I was like, "This is it. This is how I'm gonna go. I'm gonna die by Spirit Halloween made spider webs. I'm gonna die by the spider web." But it is an exciting time of year because it's the temp is fallen, and the bitches are calling. That's how it works. The temp is fallen, and the bitches are calling. Jesus said that. The white one, the white Jesus that everybody that you know. Western culture made up, but you know, the other Jesus wouldn't have said that, but the white Jesus, you know, the one that looks like Chris Hemsworth and has washboard abs, he said the temp is fallen, so the bitches start calling. Amen to that. That's the Jesus that's the Jesus. That's my Jesus. My Jesus has washboard abs and he wants to build the wall. That's I'm fucking around, obviously. You guys are sensitive. God, take a chill pill, man. Take a fucking chill pill. Steve knows that's a joke. Steve actually would want to build the wall. You racist piece of shit, Steve. Dude. Steve volunteered. That was actually Steve's third strike before he got sent to me, was he volunteered to build the wall, and God was like, "That's it. That's enough. That's it." You get three fucking strikes, man. You're on my last nerve, dude. On my last fucking nerve. Yeah, Steve's not a good guy. Steve is not. Steve, you're not. Steve, you're a piece of shit, man. You're a real scumbag. You're a real piece of shit. Oh, man. Steve. What'd you say? No, don't come at me. What do you come at? What? Shut up. I read, Steve. I read. Steve's telling me I don't read. I read. I'm a big reader. I bought a Kindle. Don't you see my Kindle over there, Steve? You don't own a Kindle. You don't even own a life because you're dead. Fucking bitch. You're such a cunt, Steve. I was thinking about doing a little photo shoot with Steve, but I didn't want to, because I have one of those like point and shoot cameras, you know, that you buy, like the ones that you get like the film cameras or whatever, where like you buy from the store and it has like 27 photos and then you bring it to Walgreens and they print them out for you. I was going to do a photo shoot with Steve, but I didn't want to hand the lady the camera and then her to just go through every photo and it's just me and this 3-foot tall skeleton, plastic skeleton, just like sitting on a park bench, getting ice cream together. I was going to do it as a bit to post on the podcast Instagram, but I was like, I don't need, like, I already have enough. I already have enough to support the fact that I should be put in a psych ward and I don't need any more. So I already have enough evidence that they should throw me away and that they should lock me away and throw away the key, and I don't need any more at this point. So I decided to not do the little photo shoot because I felt like it would be a little bit too much. I felt like it would just be a little bit too much on everybody, to be honest with you. Dude, yeah, but what was I talking about? Yeah. Like I said, the temp is falling and the bitches start calling. It's a beautiful time of year, dude. It's the perfect temperature during the year. The leaves are going to start falling. It's beautiful, man. I love the fall. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love Halloween. Friggin' bats, dude. We got bats behind me. We got the bats going. Hold on. Wait, dude. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, you see the bats behind me? Oh, sorry. Check out my new tattoo on my forearm. Fucking cum guzzling sluts. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Fucking fire, baby. Fucking fire. I was going to just roll out of bed and immediately just, like, I had so many things on my mind this morning that I just needed to bring to you and like talk about, right? Because everything that I say is important, right? Every podcaster thinks that what they have to say is important, and it isn't. I'm the only one that has anything important to say. That's the truth. I'm the only one who has anything. Like every other podcaster, they're like, no, you should listen to me. No. You should listen to me. Everything that I say is straight from the Bible. Anything that I quote is straight from the New Testament. For example, the temperature starts falling and the bitches start calling. Jesus, Leviticus 1993 or something like that. I don't know. Woodstock 19. Woodstock is from Woodstock. Beautiful, baby. I don't know if any of you guys else have trouble sleeping. I've tried this sleepy time tea. This isn't an ad because it's a terrible product. I don't think it works. I think it's a placebo, and I think they're lying to me. Like it kind of just tastes like it just tastes like, you know, like the mint M&M just like dunked its balls in it and then just like ran away into like a closet or something like that. Just like it literally tastes like somebody handed me like a chamomile tea, right? Like a nice green tea, and then just like the green M&M just came out of the bushes, dunked their sweaty balls in it, and then just ran away. Or is the green M&M supposed to be a woman? I'm sorry, she dunked her sweaty hoo-ha in it. I don't know, whatever. But she dunked her, I don't care, whatever genitalia that fucking thing has, it dunked it right in the tea, and that's what it tastes like, and I'm guaranteed that it doesn't work. It's called Sleepy Time. It should be called, hey, guess what? We're lying tea. That's what it should be called. Okay? It doesn't work at all. It's supposed to have like melatonin in it or something like that. What it needs to have is 3 Benadryl and a shot of whiskey. That's Sleepy Time tea. Okay? Quit fucking around. I'm sick of this shit, okay? I'm sick of this healthy alternative to falling asleep. I can't sleep anymore. I need hard drugs. All right? I've gotten to this point in my life where it's just when I can't sleep, I don't want, oh, here's a vitamin B and here's a melatonin and this should help calm the nerves. I want a Xanax with a Benadryl mixed with 3 shots of whiskey. That'll put me to sleep, okay? That'll put me to sleep. That's why I hate whenever people are like, do you know Ambien's actually really bad for you? Yeah, no shit. You take it and fall asleep for 12 hours and don't remember how to fucking use your penis. You wake up and you're like, what's this fucking wand on the end of my balls? That's beautiful. That's the kind of thing that I want to put me to sleep. I'm going to make a nighttime tea that's just called Good Night. And and the beautiful thing about it is you don't even know if you're going to wake up the next day. That's how good it is. Like it's called Good Night and they go, good night for how long? I go fuck around and find out. I go fuck around and find out. Why don't you take a sip and see if you remember your name tomorrow? God, dude. Why don't you take a sip and see if you remember anything? It's going to be called Bill Cosby's Good Night Sleepy Tea. That's not funny. What he did was terrible, but that would be a good name for a product. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sick and tired of these companies lying to me. I'm sick and tired of them lying to me. They're like, "Oh, our nighttime tea is gonna put you to sleep." I'm sick and tired of these healthy alternatives. Dude, we just found out like 50 years ago that smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day is bad for you. I don't need to know everything that's bad for me, dude. I just found out yesterday that Cheerios causes cancer. I found out that tattoos cause cancer, which, by the way, just to throw it out there, anybody who gets tattoos is not concerned about the negative side effects. We're literally putting ink into our bodies. Trust me, we don't care. So that didn't bother me. But the real thing was, like, I was reading this like article or whatever. It was a tweet. I didn't read an article. I just lied to you. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm actually not even sure why I lied. I don't know why I lied. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. I read a tweet. It was 3 sentences long. I never read an article in my life. Let's just start there. But no, somebody said it was, I'm sorry. It said, it was like, the funny thing about it was everybody who was responding to this tweet who didn't have tattoos was like shocked. They're like, "You're telling me that we just marketed this to the public and people were putting freaking cancerous chemicals into their skin?" I mean, we're literally putting a permanent ink into our skin. There can't be a lot of positive side effects besides looking absolutely swagged out 24/7. Looking swagged out 24/7 is enough to make me stick any needle into my body. I'm going to be honest with you. Literally, that's all I need to do. Like, the amount of swag that I have, like, you don't even, like, it's beautiful. And so, like, but yeah, I just want to throw that out there. I mean, to think that putting permanent ink into your body didn't have cancer, like, now the more that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, this is horrible. Like, why are we doing this? Like, of course there's terrible negative side effects to putting permanent dark ink chemicals into your skin. Yeah, I'm sure that's probably not great for you. But everything gives you cancer nowadays. And I'm sick and tired of people trying to, like, beat around the bush. So, like, you can't do this because this gives you cancer. Dude, in 10 years, we're going to get to a point where, like, we're literally just going to have to fucking eat air and fucking eat air and drink nothing but water because everything else is going to kill us. I'm sure the water's killing us too. Everything's killing us. The water's killing us. The water's killing us. The stress from your ex-wife is killing you slowly. The stress from college is probably shaving a few years off your life. Everything is stressful. Everything's stressful. I hate whenever I go to the doctor and they're like, you should really lower your stress. Okay. Have you been outside? Have you looked at shit? Have you breathed in the air? Have you noticed that there's, like, hurricanes and global warming's going up and fucking people are dying, dude? There's an epidemic there's everything. There's a mental health epidemic. There's a disease epidemic. There's a fucking epidemic of epidemics. There's so many epidemics. I'm sick and tired of the epidemics. By the way, Hurricane Ian or whatever, not going to make any jokes. I'll wait a month because I feel like it's disrespectful. And I do have family who lives down there. And you know, like, be safe for real. I did want to say that, like, sincerely. I'm sorry if you're watching the YouTube video and I look like ridiculous right now. I'm fighting this fucking bionic arm in my hand. I feel like I'm fighting a baby transformer while I'm trying to say a sincere topic right now. But no, seriously though, if you're in Florida, you know, stay safe. You know how much I love making fun of the Floridians, and, like, if you were to all, you know, float away with Ian, that would be unfortunate because I love making fun of you guys and I don't want you to go away. So all you Floridians, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing okay. And I hope, you know, you guys rebuild and everything's good. But I did want to say that though. I did want to say that. Just throw that out there. Yeah. All right, dude. No notes, 30 minutes. No notes so far. This is impressive, right? Actually, I was about to say 30 minutes, but I'm not entirely sure how much time I had to cut out when I was wrestling this fucking bionic arm off my wall. I'm not even kidding you. My dad, I literally, so I stick this on my windowsill, like the clamp or whatever, but it's a little bit too big, so it, like, kind of, like, falls off. the side of the wall, I also like marked the shit out of the drywall. And I didn't want to like fuck up my windowsill because I was like, that's fucked up. I'm not even lying to you. The moment I stop recording for today and end this episode, I'm drilling a hole through my fucking wall and I'm permanently putting this tripod through it because I'm not letting this thing fall off the wall again, because that was the most irritating thing that's happened to me this week. Just throwing that out there. Also, by the way, you should probably start thinking about a Halloween costume if you got a Halloween party. I know you're like, Anthony, it's not even like it's weeks away, but it's in reality, it's next week. By the time everything happens, you know, it's next week. I'm thinking about being the Karate Kid. Like, I think that would be cool, but like the Karate Kid, like, I don't want to be like the Karate Kid. Like, I just want to, I really just, in reality, I just want to wear like a torn up gi. You know, I just want to wear a torn up gi with a headband to a party. Like, I don't actually want to be the Karate Kid. I just want to look fucking sick as hell. Like, I just want to look dope. You know what they do? If I was the sensei or whatever, like, I would have personally, you know how he had him do like wax on, wax off and like paint the fence and stuff to like teach him karate? I would have done the same thing as a sensei, like paint the fence, you know, wax the car. I would have did the same thing, except that instead of teaching him any karate, I just would have used him as free child labor. Like, I just would have used him as free labor. I just would have like, I just would have let some kid come to me. Which, by the way, in the movie, I can't remember from the first Karate Kid, did he just see that the guy, did he just see an Asian guy and assumed he knew karate, or did the guy tell him that he knew karate? Like, did he just like see the Asian dude and he was like, can you teach me karate? And the guy was like, what? Right? Like, that's kind of racist if they did it backwards, but the movie was from the 80s. Every movie in the 80s or 90s or whatever. Any movies pre-2000s was like violently racist, but they just pretended it wasn't at points. Like, some of them, you know, some of them were racist for sure. Like, they let Robert Downey Jr. do blackface, which was crazy. And then he became Iron Man, which was crazy, but you know. No, I would have did the Karate Kid, except, yeah, I would have did the Karate Kid, but I just would have used him as like free child labor. Like, I would have been like, go clean the gutter. And he would have been like, what does this have anything to do with karate? Don't question the sensei. Now go clean my gutter and paint the roof. Oh, wait a minute. Was cleaning the gutter like, was that supposed to be like a sign of defense? Sure. Why not? Yeah. Sure. That would have been me. Like, the actual sensei was like, you know, he was like using like parables and shit. Like, I would have just started screaming like random parables that made no sense, but the kid would have just like he would have just like started making shit up in his own head. Like, he would have been like, why am I cleaning the gutters? And I would have been like, why does the bird fly amongst the clouds when the worm is in the dirt? And he'll be like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Don't question the sensei. Now go pick up my Chipotle order. What does this have to do with karate? It has everything to do with karate. This has everything to do with karate and more. This is life. Now, while you're at it, I also have a dry cleaners that you might want to stop by. I literally, dude, I would have just used this kid for like free child labor. Why teach him karate when he's willing to just show up to my house for no reason and just clean my car without asking any second questions? Like, this, the sensei in the Karate Kid did not take advantage of this child enough. That came out really fucking wrong. You know I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. I meant labor. I meant use him as child labor, not like take advantage of him in that way. Get your head out of the gutter. Get your head out of the gutter. You people are sick. No, but I would have used the kid like I would have been like I would have just sent him to do miscellaneous tasks until he like eventually just got so fed up to the point that I would have actually had to teach him like karate or some shit. Like, you know what's funny too is like the kid saw the sensei like catch a fly with chopsticks out of midair and just like devoted his life to this man. He was like, I've never, like, you're clearly God. Can you teach me how to fight? Like, can you teach me how to fight? And then that's just what happened. And that's awesome. No, but seriously though, if I was the sensei and the Karate Kid, I would have just sent him to do like miscellaneous tasks. Like, I would have I would have been like, go clean my garage. He would have been like, what does this have to do with karate? Once again, I just hit him with a fucking made up parable. I'm like, what does this have to do with karate? Does the gravel in the road shit orange jelly beans? What the fuck? Does the leaf on the tree weep? For he has lost a sense of sight and feeling in his bones? What the fuck? Are you doing drugs back there, old man? Meanwhile, I'm just doing like PCP in the shed. I come out and he's like, what does this have to do with karate? Wash my fucking tires. Wash my tires or I'll beat your ass. I thought you said karate was only for defense. Yeah, defense against pussies, dude. Quit being a bitch and I won't hit you next time. Quit being a bitch I'm gonna fucking hit you next week. Fuck. God damn, dude. Fucking annoying ass asking all these questions. Why are you cleaning my gut? Why do I have to clean your gutter? Why do I have to paint your fence? Why did I have to drive your daughter to soccer practice? Because I don't want to go. She's 8, not Leonel, not fucking Messi. I don't want to go to the game. What does this have to do with karate? No, I'm not. He starts trying to like piece it together. He's like, wait, when I painted the fence, it was like I was blocking, and when I was waxing the car, it was like I was throwing a punch away, and when I drove your daughter to soccer practice, and I'm like, no, that one actually wasn't supposed to teach you anything. She's just annoying as shit. Have you seen those 8-year-olds play soccer? They're 0-9. It's embarrassing. I don't even want to show up. No, but everything else, yeah, you got that right though. But that was just I just needed you to run an errand for me. I just needed you to go to the store. I didn't want to do that. I just need you to run an errand. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just need you to run an errand for me. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. You know what sucks, dude? You know what sucks about Apple brainwashing me? They truly have me brainwashed. Like I was just looking at my headphones over there and like my Beats headphones, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been thinking like thoroughly about buying the Apple like AirPods Max headphones or whatever, and every single review I've seen on them is like they're not worth the money, don't buy them. They're good headphones, but they're definitely not worth $550. And no matter how many reviews I watch, I just like, it's almost like Apple has me brainwashed, and I'm like, no, but they're probably good. Every review is probably lying. And that's what's crazy about Apple, who has me brainwashed. Isn't that right, Steve? Isn't that right? Steve was brainwashed before he fucking fought with the Nazis, you scumbag! God, Steve, look at him. His mouth is always open. Always ready for somebody to shoot their fucking sperm in there. How about I put a bullet in there, huh? Steve, oh wait, I can't because you're already dead. Because you're already dead. Steve, you know where I put him for storage? I had him sleep in a box in my attic for 11 months. How was that? How was your slumber, Steve? What was that? Better than sitting in this podcast every week? Fuck you, Steve. You're a bitch. You're a dickhead. You know you like it here. It's better. You know you have it good. Steve's got it good. All his buddies who fought in like the Civil War for the South, you know what they are? They're burning. They are burning for eternity, but instead he's here. What was that? I'd rather be burning in hell with my friends. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up to even say that. You know, that hurts. You know, I have feelings. I have feelings, Steve. I have feelings and I matter. Wow. I'm not even going to repeat what he just said because it was very hurtful. I'm going to pretend like he didn't say it. Oh man, Halloween, dude. I am going to watch Halloweentown probably 4 times over this weekend. I love those movies. I'm a little disappointed though. How like, what was it? Was it the 3rd movie that they decided to like change the actors or whatever? Which always sucks, you know? And I know it's like sometimes there's like too many years between them and like the original actor's like too old. Shut up. Suck it up. Figure it out. I don't care. Halloweentown, the first 2, baller, but then they brought like a new cast on and like a new girl. Listen, dude, I don't care. Like Disney is always like, oh, we had to get rid of the actor. They started doing heroin. Okay, that's your fault, probably, because you made them fucking child act. Now give them their fucking job back. I don't care if they're doing heroin. I want Halloweentown 5. I don't care if they're doing heroin, okay? I don't care if they do heroin literally during the first take in the movie. Okay, just fucking CGI that shit. I mean, you do so many fucking Marvel movies. I know you could CGI a little bit. I know you could figure it out, Disney. I know they could figure it out. They could totally figure it out, dude. I think I'm going to take a bubble bath today. I don't know. I'm just in that mood, you know? I'm just in a bubble bath type of mood. I want to take a bubble bath, maybe light a candle, grab my Kindle, maybe read a horror story on my book, or maybe read a love story, right? Young love finds another lover, XYZ. I'm not a love story guy. I don't like a love story because love is not real, so I don't like reading the stories about fake shit. But I do like reading the stories about wizards and warlocks because those are real. Love isn't real, but Harry Potter is and Hogwarts is. So facts. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you know who are the scariest people, or who you learn are the scariest people during this time of year during Halloween? Are they your friends who genuinely enjoy horror movies? Because if somebody genuinely enjoys horror movies, the scariest thing about that sentence is that in reality, what that means is that what they're watching on the screen is less scary than the demons that they're fighting inside of them, and that's what's truly terrifying about it all. Like, if you see someone who watches The Shining and starts laughing at a scene, they are fighting the devil inside of them. They're fighting the devil inside of them. They are fighting demons that nobody even knows exist inside of them. Those people scare me. They scare the fuck out of me. Like, if you're like seriously into horror movies, I think you need to stop for a second and really go see a therapist, because you need to rethink everything. You shouldn't. What do you mean The Shining's a good movie? Don't say that. It's not a good movie. Yes, it's a well-written, well-produced horror film meant to scare you. It's not entertaining. It's not a good movie. Don't say that again. Never say that again. Never say that again. Oh, it's a good movie. Stop saying that. That's fucked up. Quit saying that. Anyways, what do we got here? I didn't look at my notes once. Let's see here. Dum 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 dum. Bum 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 bum. Current events once again. Oh yeah, Hurricane Ian. I was just, like I said, I hope you're all okay. I saw this one weatherman. He took a fucking tree branch to his shins. I'm not gonna lie too. You know, when I was in college, I thought about, before I dropped out and decided to do comedy, I almost wanted to be a weatherman because there's something in me, dude, that I would love to just be in like the eye of the fucking storm. I would love to just be in like the eye of the beast. I mean, I would love to this guy was sent out there. He was in the middle of the storm with a microphone. He's like, it's crazy out here. 80-mile-per-hour winds, dude. Like, I just want to be out there in the chaos. Like, imagine just going somewhere every week. You're in a hurricane, then you're in a fucking earthquake. You're in the Earth's core. You're in the middle of a fucking tornado. I always want to be a storm chaser. But another part of me was like, I always wanted to be Dorothy, flying in the fucking tornado, having the time of my life. I've always wanted to be in the eye of the storm, just like, look at this, 120 miles per hour winds. The average man would not come anywhere within 100 miles of this destination, but I'm at the center of it all. Everybody's like, Anthony, are you okay? Cut the cameras. Keep them rolling. My dick's just out. My pants fell down. My dick's out on live television. Keep it rolling. I'm bleeding out. I'm holding half of my face. I'm bleeding out of the side of my mouth. There's an alligator on my left shin. I'm like... Somebody cut the cameras for the love of God. I must go on. You can't tell me what to do. I would love to be in the eye of the storm. Part of me always wanted to be a weatherman. I never wanted to be like the anchor who sat there and was like, what a tragedy today. I want to be if I was going to do it, I was going to be the person on the scene who was going to be next to the person who shot somebody. And I was going to be like, why did you shoot them today? And they'll be like, I don't know. And I'll be like, that's crazy. And they'll be like, what if we shot you next? And I'll be like, and back to you in the studio, Denise. Dude, I want to be in the eye of the storm. I wanted to be in the chaos. But then the only reason I stopped, though, and I decided I didn't want to, is because I found out that you have to like go live in like bumblefuck Iowa and like, you know, and be like the weatherman for like fucking Tippecanoe or fucking some shit, or like Tippecanoe, Oklahoma. I don't even know where Tippecanoe is. Or if that's even a place. It sounds like a made up place. I'm going to be honest with you. It sounds like somewhere in the South. They love just stringing together a bunch of letters and acting like it's a word. It's crazy, man. They just love stringing together a bunch of letters and just pretending like it's something. Oh, welcome to Daryl. Welcome to Old Lickaboo. Right? They just mumble a bunch of letters at once and they like make the right. They think if they make fucking sounds that sound something like a letter, then it becomes a fucking town. You can't just do that. You can't just say shit. Oh, you should really come down to Buckville Butterball Basset Hound. You just literally, you took 3 words that you took 3 things that you enjoyed and just stuck them together. You can't do that. You can't. You should come see the football team. We're the best in 100 miles. You're the only team in 100 miles. Of course you're the best. There's no competition except the fucking cornfields. The only competition you have is the Dust Bowl, and you lost that bowl. The only bowl game you've been in the last 100 years is the Dust Bowl, and you lost that one. Yeah, but we were close. We were close. Oh, man. Last week I skipped. Oh, wait. Last thing in current events here. The Try Guys. That one Try Guy, he cheated on his wife. And everybody, by the way, the Try Guys, which, by the way, listen, I just want to put this out there really quick. So he cheated on his wife, and apparently his whole persona, I guess you could say, well, yeah, his whole personality would revolved around him having a wife. Like he was, which I didn't know. I just recently found this out the other day. Apparently he was like, anytime he had the chance, he was like, I love my wife. She's the best. Which, by the way, I could have told you back then that he was cheating on her. I mean, if you need to constantly, even though everybody's like, oh, but he's constantly telling everybody he loves his wife, that should be assumed. Want to know why he was going around telling everybody how much he loved his wife? Because he was trying to convince himself every day. That's probably why. He was going around and every video, he's like, I love my wife. And everybody's like, we get it, man. But inside of his head, he's like, I don't know. And he was trying to convince himself for years. And then all of a sudden he cheated on her, right? Now, am I saying that cheating on your wife is good? No, you should not cheat on your fucking partner. That's fucked up. That's sick. That's not good. But what I think's kind of fucked is weren't the Try Guys weren't they supposedly best friends? I don't know. Once again, not 100% sure, but just throwing it out there. If they're as good of friends as they made it seem on the internet, they already dropped him. Literally not even 24 hours after finding out the alleged news. They fucking dropped him and said he will no longer be in Try Guys. Listen, once again, I'm not promoting that you should cheat on your wife, and what he did was horrible and terrible, and it was not good, and it was fucked up, and he should obviously, have some consequences, and they should, probably, stop the channel for a little bit. But listen to me right now, dude. They clearly don't fucking ride for their brother, and that's fucked up. Listen. If one of my good friends cheated on their wife, yeah, it's fucked up, but I'm still going to be their friend and I don't care. Listen, okay? Listen to me right now. Is it right? No. Is it terrible? Yes. Should they suffer consequences? Yes. But am I going to drop him as a friend? Yo, that's my brother, dude. That's my ride or die. They could murder someone and they're going to be my friend. I mean, honestly, cheating on their wife is on the lower end of the spectrum. Cheating on their wife is level 1 of that's fucked. I'm still going to be their friend if they murder one person. 2 people, yeah. 3 people, I'm going to have to start reevaluating the friendship. But 2 people, they murder 2 people, they cheat on their wife, I'm going to be like, listen, buddy, you're a scumbag, but you're my brother. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care. Same way, by the way, if you're like, Anthony, that's fucked up, that's just guys, fuck you. If your girlfriend, right? Let's say you're a girl, if your friend, right, cheated on her husband, you're telling me right now you would drop your friend? Fuck you. No, you wouldn't. Get out of my face. You would be like, bitch, you fucked up, but Let's go get drinks, right? And that's what I would do too. So don't sit here and lie to me, dude. You know what the Try Guys should try? The Try Guys should try being a fucking ride or die, okay? He cheated on his wife. He made a mistake. Is it fucked up? Yeah, it is. But you don't just drop your friend like that. You don't just drop your friend. I don't give a fuck what the internet said, dude. If my best friend killed somebody and everybody was like, are you going to disown him? I'll be like, nah, dude, that's my ride or die. What are you talking about? That's my Brody. That's my day one. I'm not going to drop him. So what? He killed one person. You thought about it. Shut up. You wanted to do it before. He just followed through, and you got to respect the follow through. All right? Do you know how many? Think about it right now. Think about your friends. Think about your friends. Think about that one friend that's in a relationship right now where they don't even love the other person, and they are desperately trying to get out of it, but they don't just have the balls to do it. Isn't it just as bad for them to continually lead this person on who's like deathly in love with them instead of just breaking it off, but you're not saying a damn thing? Is that any better? Probably not. Listen, so the Try Guys, is what he did terrible? Yeah, sure, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But they just dropped him. Now, if they like weren't really friends with him or whatever, like they just like kind of like put that, like they pretended like they were good friends just for the internet, then okay, whatever. Yeah, drop his dumb ass. I mean, like if somebody I worked with or whatever, like cheated on their wife and I wasn't really friends with them, like I just worked with them, I'd be like, yeah, bro, like fuck out of here. Like we don't need this internet drama. But if they dropped a ride or die, or supposedly a ride or die, just so that they wouldn't get canceled on the internet, fucking pussies, dude. What a bunch of bozos. Anyways, I promised that I would do, oh my God, I just opened Instagram. What'd that say? Supersonic jet will fly you from New York City to London in just 80 minutes. 170 passengers across the Atlantic and beyond, speeds at 2,486 miles per hour, more than 3 times the speed of sound. This shouldn't be possible. Wait, 3 times the speed of sound? Wait, isn't it like when you break the sound barrier, that's 1 G-force, correct? Or no, that might be incorrect. I have no idea. But 3 times the speed of sound, isn't that going to knock a few people out? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Actually, that would be beautiful. If I could get on a flight where the moment they took off, it fucking literally put me to sleep, that would be beautiful. I'm terrified of flying, but if I was able to get into a flight and just immediately get just get clonked by some fucking G-force, and then all of a sudden I wake up and I'm in London, that would actually be amazing, dude. That would actually be beautiful. I would actually pay extra for that ticket. I would pay extra just for the fucking just for the flight attendant to come up to me before the flight and just fucking smack the shit out of me. Just fucking knock me the fuck out before we fly. I would pay an extra $300 on top of my ticket for the strongest flight attendant that they have to just come up and knock the shit out of me and then wake me up when we get to our destination. Like, I would pay good money for that. Anyways, let's get to the advice segment really quick and then let's get the fuck out of here. Somebody's getting aggressive here. I asked this too many times, Kaz. Get it together. All right, what's your question? Should I fuck his homie? I need to know. There's so much more context that I need to have that's insane. Like, you can't just, do I fuck his homie? Whose? Is this man your current boyfriend? Is this man your ex? Those are crucial pieces of information. Did he cheat on you? What did he do? I mean, if he's just like a good guy and you just want to fuck his friend, I mean, by all means, don't get me involved in your tomfoolery over here. Don't involve me in your adultery, okay? If this is what's happening right now, if you're about to cheat on your boyfriend with his best friend, don't involve Kaz. Kaz doesn't want to be involved. Don't involve Kaz. If you want advice on this, listen, if you do this, you have to send Kaz the details, because that's the only way I'm on board. You can fuck his homie as long as you send me the details and I'm allowed to read them on the podcast. But if not, don't do it. Once again, by the way, I need more like did he fuck your best friend? If that's the answer, then yeah, what are you even waiting for? What are you even waiting for? If he fucked your best friend, I don't even know. First, what are you doing? Why are you even answering this question? Wait, I mean, you should have already fucked him, but I'm assuming that's not the case. I'm assuming you're asking for my advice because you're on the fence because you know it's morally wrong, but you want to do it anyways. And should you do it? Probably not, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you to do it because I like to cause chaos in the world. Let's see. College major. I'm assuming you're asking me like what your college major should be. Okay. What should your college major be? College major advice. Okay. If you want to fuck off, be a communications major. Anthony, what? They don't fuck off. No, I was a communications major. I fucked off. I'm going to be honest with you. We all fuck off. If you want to fuck off, be a communications major. If you like doing coke and yelling at people for no reason, go into finance. If you like animals, but if you like animals, but you don't like money, become a marine biologist. If you like animals and like money, but you're not smart enough to be a doctor, become a vet. Sorry to all the vets out there. You're smart. You're as smart as the doctors. I'm sorry. If you, I'm assuming you're not asking, what else? If you don't like money, but you like helping people, become a lawyer. For people who can't afford a lawyer. I'm blanking on the name right now. I'm not an idiot. I'm just blanking on the fucking specific lawyer name. If you like money and you don't really have any moral standpoint, then become a lawyer. Also, there's multiple routes you could take as a lawyer. If you have a God complex and don't want to go to college, become a police officer. What else? What else is there? There's so many jobs in this world, isn't there? If you like to draw, but you're not that creative, become an architect. I'm just shitting away here. If you hate your life and you're slowly going insane, become a comedian. What else? What other jobs are there? What other jobs? If you're really smart but hate people, become an IT guy or like some type of code or, or maybe an engineer or something of that nature. Well, engineer, you do got to be a little creative. So if you're not creative but you hate others and you're smart, then become like a math teacher or something like that. What else is there? If you only want to teach, become a history major. If you want to waste $200,000, become a theater major. People are going to hate that one. You know what's funny too is I say that too, fully well, or like a film major. That's another one. The only I say that, waste $200,000, knowing damn well that if I ever went back to college, it would be for film. So these aren't insults. Like I make terrible decisions myself. At the end of the day, do whatever you want. I know you're trying to say like, I tried to give you, I don't know your personality. You didn't give me any like insight on your personality. So I had to just guess. What else we got that? How to be more chaotic. That's not something that's not learned. That's given. That's a God-given gift, okay? That's a God-given gift, babe. I'm sorry. This morning, you want to know what I ate for breakfast? 12 pieces of peanut butter toast and 3 energy drinks. That's not even a joke. You know what's sick too? Is that most people would eat that and drink that just to have a joke on the podcast. That's just my life. I wish I was kidding. By the way, all those carbs are starting to sneak up on me, and it's starting to get to me. The carb load's starting to get to me a little bit. How to embrace and be proud of your height when guys don't like it? Well, how tall are you? They had a second piece of advice. How to find the guys that like tall girls, because I've never met because every guy I've met is intimidated by my height. Well, how tall are you? 7'9"? I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. If a guy thinks you're too tall, it's probably because they're under 5'10". First of all, there's some advice for you. I like tall girls. I do. Taller than me? I mean, I wouldn't care, but it's also, I've never met a girl 6'3", so I've never actually been in that situation in my life. So would I care? Nah. I don't care if they're taller than me. Why? Because I'll always be funnier than them. So it doesn't really matter. They could be a foot taller than me. And I'll be like, come here and fucking give me a kiss, daddy long legs, right? They're getting roasted every second of every day. Like, I'm always going to be funnier than them. So it doesn't fucking matter. But you want advice on how to be confident in your height? Just start bitch slapping dudes. Like if they're like, hey, how's the weather up there? Just punch him in the face. Just literally just start swinging. I'm telling you. Yeah. And honestly, where do you find these guys? I mean, I think you need to find better surroundings or something. I don't know. Find better groups of people, better environments to be in. I don't know. But you got to you got to venture out. Try and find some different things. Best way to break up with a long-distance boyfriend? Somebody listened to last week's episode and decided that it wasn't a good idea, huh? Or 2 weeks ago, however, whatever that was. Best way to break up with a long-distance boyfriend? Unfortunately, you FaceTime them, right? That's the best you got to do, because what are you going to do? Drive 8 hours just to be like, hey, I don't think this is working out. Right? I mean, if you got to do it, you got to do it. You got to pull the trigger. You go on FaceTime and you go, hey, and they go, hey, how you doing? You go, not great. I think we should break up. And they go, what? And then you hang up. You put your phone on airplane mode and for like an hour, right? You let them struggle with that for like an hour. They're like, what did she say, break up? And then after that hour, you call them back and you go, hey, sorry, my phone died. And they're screaming at you and they go, I think it's better if we break up. And then they're going to be so exhausted from thinking for so long about you just breaking up with them and then hanging up for an hour and not calling them back for an entire hour, that they're going to be so mentally exhausted from going through that for the past hour that they're not even going to want to argue anymore, and they're just going to be like, all right, and they're going to hang up and it's going to be over. So you're welcome. Last advice. I have no motivation to do anything. How do I get out of this slump? This is actually, all right, I'm going to throw away the jokes for this last advice. So if you're looking for funny, leave. I'm going to give you actually good advice, because I've been at this point multiple times. I have no motivation to do anything. How do I get out of this slump? What I realize is, like, whatever the motivation is, or like whatever you need to find motivation, and this happens like monthly for me with like my ADHD. And like, if you have ADHD, you know that this could aggressively happen. Like, this could happen every week sometimes. But even for people who don't have ADHD or don't have any issues like that, like, this just happens to people in general, obviously. So to get your motivation back, the biggest thing that I realized, which is, by the way, I know this is technically, the first time I ever heard of this is technically ADHD advice, but I've told other people this advice, which is supposedly supposed to be used for ADHD, like in general, but it actually, the people that I've told it to has said that it's helped them get out of a rut and help them improve shit. But the thing with so the ADHD advice that I heard once was that you need to, like, there's a thing that's saying it's like, eat the frog first thing in the morning. What that means is essentially do the biggest task and the thing you're dreading the most immediately in the morning, so that you get it out of the way, and then you have the rest of the day to complete the other tasks. Now, the problem with that with ADHD is that you'll just keep, if you have ADHD, you just keep putting it off all day, and you'll never actually get to it, and you'll just keep putting it off, and you'll actually never get anything done. And so that's actually not the way to do it. So the advice for ADHD was to actually start with like the most meaningless, easiest task, like it's something that like you literally, like, it's impossible not to do 100%. Like, it's impossible not to finish. So, for example, you needed to, I'm not talking like, answer an email. No. That's too much. That's not small enough. You need to seriously, and like this, I've tried this before, and I try to do this almost every day. I am not obviously always good at it, but I try to do this almost every day. So like if you have like a calendar or something, or just think of something like very so fucking small that you do every day without even thinking about it, but put it in the to-do list so that you check it off and you feel a sense of accomplishment. And it doesn't matter how fucking stupid or small it is. Like for example, my first thing on my to-do list every day is to cross off yesterday on the calendar. I'm literally drawing a singular line on the whiteboard that's sitting in a singular line on the whiteboard that's sitting in my room. And then I'll write that on the to-do list and check it off. And then you do something a little bit more hard, but still just as stupid. You write down one thing that you're going to do today. One thing. You write it down and you go, oh, I wrote down one thing I'm going to do today. And then you write one thing you're going to do today to the to-do list. You cross it off. Then you're like, wait, I just did 2 things. Then you're like, okay, what's above that? Maybe brush my teeth. You write down to-do list, brush your teeth, boom. Now you got 3 things done. And I'm telling you, I know it's almost like psychologically like you're just tricking yourself. It's essentially just psychologically tricking your own brain to believe that you're getting things done that are very intensive when you're not, but crazy enough. And trust me, even my friends who don't have ADHD, I've told this to some of them, and it's worked for them, and they go, this is crazy. I never thought to do it like this, but crazy enough, when you do these little stupid dumbass tasks and you cross them off, you build this momentum inside of you that makes you want to be like, oh, fuck, like, you know what? Maybe I'll make my bed too. Then you make your bed, and then you're like, shit, I'm on a fucking roll. I should go to the gym. And like, you just start moving. And you just start rolling, and the ball just gets going, and you keep that ball, and it's almost like it's like you're starting with a little snowball outside. And then all of a sudden, you're slowly building the pieces of a snowman by rolling it down the hill and collecting more snow. And then all of a sudden, when you get to like, I don't know, say you started at 8 o'clock, by the time it's noon, you've done so many little tasks building up a momentum that by the time you're getting to this big task that you need to do that you can't complete and you lost all motivation for, all of a sudden you're like, fuck this big task. I'm going to big dick this hoe. I'm going to big dick this hoe, and I'm going to slap my fat cock all over this thing, and I'm going to murder this bitch. And it's crazy how this little bit of momentum starting off with like the dumbest shit, but weirdly enough, if you write it down and cross it off, it feels like you're doing more than you actually are. And then by the end of the day, you end up doing so much shit because you started off doing dumb, even like if starting your day, you light a candle to start your day. What does that have to do with anything else? Nothing. Does that make you more productive? No. Does it make you do anything? No. But it gets you rolling. It's about getting the ball rolling. So I'm telling you, try this. Start with the stupidest, most meaningless task in the beginning of the day that you 100% can complete, and then build up to that big one. Because why show up to the big fight with no training and a lack of nutrition and a lack of knowledge, when you could show up to the big fight with all the fundamentals and all the skills to take it down, to take down the big fight, to win the big fight, to take down the beast, right? Meanwhile, it's almost like you're in the lab all day watching film on the opponent, and then when you get to the big fight at noon, you're ready. But imagine waking up for that big fight at 8 a.m. You don't know nothing about your opponent. You don't know what they're bringing to the table, and you don't know what they even do, and you're expected to win this fight? I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. So that's why you got to start with the smallest thing and then work your way up. And that's my best advice for getting out of a rut. Also, another good advice is sometimes what works better for me than just like fighting through shit, if the previous advice that I just gave you isn't working, which by the way, try it for a few days and then see if it works or whatever. If it's not working, not gonna lie, sometimes you just need to which I really have trouble doing, is I always think that I need to be working on something, and if I'm not working on something, then my time's being wasted and I should just throw the day away and I'm being a worthless piece of shit. Which is not true. I mean, I say that as if I believe it, but I don't. But no, seriously though, if that previous advice doesn't work for you, then what I advise you, which works for me, is sometimes you just need to, if you could pick a weekend or some day, you know, or like if it's like for work or something, if you're able and, you know, have the time to be able to take one day off, just one singular day from everything. Like shut off email, shut off everything, shut off Instagram, shut off Twitter, shut off all that shit. One full day off where you just know, get the thought out of your head. You have this is due, fuck it. Throw it away. Who gives a shit? Throw it all away. Have a solid ass day. Do whatever the fuck you want. Do shit you like. Go to bed early. Then the next day you're going to wake up. You're going to feel refreshed. You're going to feel better. And then you're going to start to get that ball rolling again. It's going to be better than fighting it all week. Like, why fight it all week and have a shitty work week and get and do subpar work when instead you just take a full day off and then the others? Why have a shitty 7 days when you could have a complete one day off and have a bitchin' 6 days? That's what I'm going to leave you on. Thank you so much for listening. Rate, review, Spotify, Apple, follow the podcast on all those. Follow, subscribe on YouTube, like the video, comment. And we end every episode like we always do with 2 claps and a Ric Flair. So can I get 2 claps and a Ric Flair? Woo! See you next week.